Hi, everyone. This is Rachel Larson with Fairview Ways to Wellness. I've got Renee Oxford here with me today, and we're going to go through our strictly stretching workout. We've got a nice stretch planned for today, so we're excited to go through it with you. Follow along. If anything doesn't feel good or you want to make any modification at all, please do so. Stretching should feel safe, and you shouldn't feel what you might describe as pain. For stretching. It should just feel like a tension on the muscle and you can tell you're stretching. So guide yourselves and we'll go through this awesome stretching class on this nice rainy day. All right, well, we're gonna get started. So we will widen out the legs and we'll take a few deep breaths in and down. Inhale, lift, exhale down. Keep on going. We just really want to get our breath in line, get our bodies a little bit warm. Now, hopefully you just finished a nice walk or a jog, or you've got your body warmed up a little bit. But if not, we're going to make sure that you're warmed up enough today for a nice effective stretch. 2 more here. 1 more time. And good. Hold your legs down here and then arms out to the sides and then roll the shoulders out. So here we're continuing to warm up the body because the legs are working while we're releasing through the shoulders a little bit. And nice. Now, right elbow to the thigh, sink a little lower, side stretch. So this will feel great on the left side of the body. Good, and let's roll the arm around just for something a little different. Careful with the shoulder. If something doesn't feel right, bend the elbow more and just move in a way that feels good for you. 2 more. Breathing. And release left elbow to thigh, right arm up and over, sinking down into the hips, opening through the side of the body, and good, circling around, thinking about opening the chest as you circle through. Take your time. If you find something nice, pause. I found a nice spot right there, so I'm pausing. A couple more around. And good. Hands to thighs now, hips back, gentle spinal twist, deep hip stretch. Drop the right shoulder down, lift the left shoulder up a little bit. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. So here's where you go at your own pace, knowing that it's really about the hips and legs here. And the spine, yes, it feels nice to rotate it, but we're being really thoughtful about that. And center, wide-legged forward fold, fingertips to the floor, heels push wide. Drop the head and shoulders down, relax the neck. We'll be here for a few breaths. You don't have to look at us. Relax the neck and shoulders. Let the arms dangle, fingertips, palms can be on the ground, or you can hold on to your elbows with your hands if you want just a little more tension on muscle and a little bit more core work. Listen up. Reach over towards the left leg. So work your hands over to the left and put them anywhere, maybe on the outside of the calf, maybe on the shoe, and draw the chest over to the left thigh. Again, relaxing the neck, maybe even drawing your nose a little bit more towards your knee. Good. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And let's crawl over to the other side, reaching over to the outside of the right leg. Draw the belly to thigh. Breathing in and breathing out. And good. Back to center. Hold here for another breath or 2. Nice. Okay, bend the knees a little bit. Pull the heels in. Hands to thighs. Bring the head up. We're gonna let the energy readjust here. We've been upside down for a little while. Let's inhale, stretch up. Exhale down. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale down. 1 more time. Inhale, stretch up, hold. Now let's take this left leg, turn it, and make this a warrior 1. So we're thinking about stretching through the back hip. So the right hip, we're gonna get a stretch in here, maybe in the calf, depending on how tight we are. And we're going to do a little side stretch. So you can bring the left hand to the hip and then up and over a little bit to the left. So we're stretching, really stretching out that right side of the body from the shoulder down into the hip, down through the thigh. And that should feel just super. Keep lifting upwards through those fingertips, lengthening through the spine. And now join both arms up there and up and over to the side. So just kind of clasp hands and up and over. Core strong, keep the glutes tight, working and stretching at the same time. And good. Center, just realign the spine with a little bit of a airplane warrior. Palms down, thumbs out, shoulder blades working to spine. Good. Scoop the arms back up. Step forward, little chair. Warrior one, other side. Left leg goes back. Arms float up. Just like we did on the other side, we're going to set our stance. So our left glutes are tight. Left heel is dropped down into the ground. We can bring the right hand down to the hip, up and over with the left arm to lead out. Keeping the abs tight here. Keeping the glutes firm. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And now both arms come up. And clasping hands, reach over to the right again. Stretch is going to feel a little differently this time. Breathe in. Breathe out. Keep the glutes tight. Back to center and airplane warrior. Reset the spine. Shoulder blades to spine, belly's firm. Excellent. Inhale, sweep the arms up and step forward into a little bit of a chair. Good. And from here, forward fold. Relax the head and shoulders down. Arms can just be noodles. Just let them hang out. And while we're in our forward fold, go ahead and bend one knee at a time. And it's kind of like your hips are one hip at a time is dropping. So look at your heels. If they're lifting up off the ground, you're missing something. So keep the heels down. Heels are flat. We're really focusing on bending one knee at a time by dropping a hip. There we go. Just a few more. And now a little cannonball to fold. And so what we'll do is we'll bend the knees. Now the heels are going to pop up right here a little bit. And then back to forward fold. And down again. Take your time here. If it feels better to move a little slower, go for it. But this is helping to release quads and hamstrings and calves in a more functional way. Good. A couple more times. Again, move at your own pace. Breathing. And good. Hold, fold. Roll it up really slow, one vertebrae at a time. Nice. When we get to the top, arms reach high to sky. Exhale, sink to a little squat or chair, whatever feels best. Inhale up. Exhale. Now let's just stand up. Next stretches. Push down through the wrist. We're going to do a little upper trap stretch. So from here, we're going to turn the chin a few inches to the right, drop the chin down, and then take this left jaw line and earlobe and lift it upward towards the sky just a little bit while you drive down through the left palm and shoulder. We're going to get this nice stretch through the upper traps. Right in here. So you actually feel them. If you feel over to see what's tight, you can feel that muscle taut under your fingers there. And return the head to center. Shake it out. We'll do the other side. Push down through the wrist, abs pulled in, turn the head a few inches to the left, drop the chin down. Now take that right jaw line and lift it up a little bit towards the sky, like your earlobe's got a little hook on it, it's being lifted up. And then push down through the right palm and right shoulder. And depending on what your body needs today, you could feel this all the way down into the palm and fingertips. This is a fascial stretch for your upper traps. Good. And release. Shake it out a little bit. Open the arms up. All right, little scalene stretch. Sometimes I call this a suntan stretch. Arms out to the sides, laterally rotate the palms out. So this is how it's different. Big lateral rotation. Abs are pulled in, chest is lifted up just a little bit. We'll turn our heads a few inches to the right. Then take the right ear and tilt it back over the right shoulder a little bit. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit. Like, careful with the stretching. Feel something happening in around the jawline, top of the shoulder, across the collarbone. even down into the palm, and you're there. I call it the Suntan Stretch because if you were trying to catch some rays on the left side of the neck, this is probably how you would do it. All right, and release. How I would do it anyway. Shake it out. Other side. Laterally rotate the palms, core in, chest lifted a little bit. Turn the head a few inches to the left. And then tilt the head back over the left shoulder just a little bit. Keep the right shoulder down. Keep the palm laterally rotated open, and then wrist peeled back. Yeah, go for that suntan, that imaginary suntan on the right side of the neck. Breathing in and breathing out. Feels amazing today. And release. Shake it out. Okay, arms forward and back. That felt really good. All right, bring the left arm across the front. Give it a hug in and sink the shoulder down. Turn the head from left to right. This is our strictly stretching class, and so it's all about mobility of our muscles and joints, increasing circulation, increasing health into those tissues. And good, other arm across the front. Oftentimes when we work out, stretching is the thing that we miss. Turn the head slowly from side to side. We feel like we don't have time for it. We've got to move on with our day. That's why we've got it planned in here for you once a week so that you can at least get a good stretch in, because we all need it. And good. All right, tricep stretch. Left arm up and then drop the fingertip behind the back here. And then reach up, grab hold of the elbow and draw it back as well. Keeping the core strong here. There's a tendency to let the abs go and arch the back. You have to think about it so that that doesn't happen. I have to think about it so that I don't do it. All right. And if you want a little bonus, take the right foot, cross it over in front, and lean a little to the right. Ooh, now we got a real nice stretch. Squeeze the left glutes, that protects you. I should say that protects the spine a little more. And release. Other side, we'll focus just on the tricep stretch first. So right arm up, drop the fingertips behind the back here towards the spine, and then reach up, grab hold, and pull the elbow back a little bit. So I put this big bun in my hair today, and I keep bumping into it. What is that? What's wrong with my hair? I tell you what, these humid days, what are you going to do? You go with a bun. All right, and oopsie, nope, we got to keep that because we have to do our bonus. So we're going to reach the left foot across the front and then lean over to the left. Squeeze the right glutes, and you get this wonderful stretch down the right side of the body. Glorious. And release. Okay, I'm gonna be ready for a nap after this. Let's come down to the mat, and we're gonna go into a pec stretch. So for our pec stretch, we're gonna reach the right arm out to the side, bend the knees, left hand, this left palm is gonna be underneath the shoulder. I'll turn a little bit to the side so you can see this a little more. I hope I'm in the camera. There we go, arm out to the side. And then you're gonna roll on to the right shoulder and the right hip, and you're gonna get this wonderful stretch. So I'm gonna back up here a little bit so you can see me a little bit more. You've got one view from Renee, one view from me. So again, right arm out to the side, left hand under the shoulder, we'll bend the knees, squeeze the glutes, roll onto the right side shoulder, right side hip, and the ear will just hover off the mat. Shoulder blades squeeze towards spine. We'll breathe in, and we'll breathe out. Feels fantastic. So we want to be active in this stretch. When I say active, I mean if we're trying to stretch our pec muscles, we want to have the opposite muscles or opposing muscles strong. So that's why we work to bring the shoulder blades towards the spine a little bit so we can strengthen the muscles that help support good posture. Another breath in, another breath out. And slowly releasing. That's a good intense one. We'll go to the other side. So we'll bring the left arm out to the side, the right hand under the shoulder. Looks like we're going to miss each other, Renee, because you're going to roll away. Okay. And we're going to roll onto the left side shoulder, left side hip. Ear hovers just off the mat. And we'll hang out here. Again, thinking about contracting the opposing muscle groups to the chest. That means our back, shoulder blades towards the spine. Notice where the shoulder is the shoulder touching the ground? If not, think about guiding the shoulder towards contact with the ground if you can get there. If your pecs are really tight, they might not want to go there. On this side, I'm particularly tight, and unless I'm thinking about it, my left shoulder stays well off the ground. Again, shoulder blades strong, pulling towards the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And release. These are really powerful stretches. Okay, now we're going to get into a child's pose for a lat stretch. So into a child's pose here. And we'll work the hands over to the right side of the mat and then take the left hand and kind of put it over top the right, or vice versa. It doesn't really matter actually which one's on top. And then think about contracting abdominals, so really tucking the tailbone under a little bit, maybe widening the feet apart, so the knees and feet, so that you've got a wider base of balance, and then shift body over to the left a little bit. What we're doing is we're stretching left side of the body, left latissimus dorsi. That muscle is from the top of the hip behind you, up to the shoulder and into the arm. So it's that V-taper muscle you think about when you look at Michael Phelps' back with that swimmer back. So those are the lats that we're thinking about. And breathing in, breathing out. Good. Okay, let's switch sides. So we're just going to move the hands over to the other side of the mat, contract the abdominals again, tuck the tailbone under, and then start to shift weight away from the palms. So over to the right, keep the tailbone tucked. Think about kind of opening your ribs like an accordion on that side. Just opening them up. You can relax the neck. Just look gently down to the floor. Keep the abdominals firm. Keep opening through the side of the body. Keep shifting weight over to the right. Breath in and breath out. And good. Release. Okay. Left leg forward. Lunge. So nice kneeling lunge. We're going to get into the hips now. Nice kneeling lunge. Glutes are firm. Hips are forward. So now we're stretching. Well, both legs really, but feeling it on the right thigh and then into the left hip. So you can get down lower if you want, whatever that looks like or feels like to you. This feels fine to me. I don't think I need to get a whole lot lower today. Let's take another breath here. We've got a series to go on this side. And if you have blocks that will bring the floor closer to you, those might be nice props as we move forward with our exercises. So you could grab those if you have them laying around. I'm going to grab mine now for a hamstring stretch. So I'm going to shift my body weight back, and this just brings the floor closer to me, because otherwise I feel like I'm kind of reaching, and that's not a terrible thing, but it feels a little bit better to keep my spine a little straighter, and then I can really focus on the hamstring stretch. It just feels nicer. Roll the ankle around a little bit. And there are a few ways to do this. So you can be up, on the back leg. Otherwise, you'll see sometimes people sit all the way back onto the heel with the leg out in front, and that's fine too. It's just not necessarily helping your hamstring. So this is good knee flexion if you're looking for that. So they're both correct. That's all I'm saying. All right, and from here, we're going to shift forward again into our lunge. So back to lunge, and here's an option. I say it's an option because it's kind of intensive, I think, and that is to reach back and grab hold of a foot. And you can reach back with whichever arm makes the most sense to you for a quad stretch. And if you're thinking that's not going to happen, you could also grab a strap and you could put it around your foot. Of course, it is fairly tricky, as I'm even having an issue with that. And then you could pull the leg up. Okay, and that can just be around your shin. It doesn't have to be special around your foot. And then go for a little quad stretch here. Okay, otherwise you can just flex your hamstring and bring it up a little bit. Okay, so I will have you all go into another runner's lunge, or if you are a flexible person and you want to try for the splits, I hope you're not all gasping over there, you could push the leg forward and press down into a little bit of a split. And that's why I have the blocks. Like, I am not real close to the floor, people. It looks like I am, but I'm not. And these blocks really help to open through the hips. Again, otherwise we're in a runner's lunge and we're breathing and we're enjoying our stretch for just another few breaths. All right, and release out and sit back into a little child's pose or down dog. And if you're in down dog, you can pedal through the heels, stretching through the calves. We did say this is a stretching class. It's all stretching. You can get a lot of stretching done in a short period of time if you focus on it. All right, and then come back down to the knees, and then we need the right leg in front. So I think I'm gonna turn around to the other side so you can see everything from the same angle. So I'll bring that foot forward, and we're in our lunge. I'm really loving these blocks here today. Hips forward. Yeah, is it your left leg that's a little tighter today? Left thigh, maybe? Mine is. Anyway, oftentimes there's one side that feels a little differently than the other. All right, so we're hanging out in our lunge first, and then we'll push back into a hamstring stretch. So shift body weight back, and you can bring the blocks along if you have them, and hang out here. Point and flex the foot a few times, roll the ankle around. Nice. And again, if you don't have blocks, that's okay. You just maybe are on your fingertips and your knees bent a little bit more. Maybe you're really flexible and it's fine. All right. And then back into the runner's lunge. Here's where optional, you can use the strap to get a hold of your foot and bring that leg up into a little bit of a quad stretch here. Or you can just reach back and grab hold of the foot for an extra quad stretch. And we're really getting in there today, you guys. If you've been attending stretching class, we've been progressing over these last 3 weeks. And I think we've all made some progress in our flexibility. But you gotta keep after it. So I need to see you again next week. All right, and release that down. Now we're back to our runner's lunge, or you can try out pushing the legs forward into a little bit more of splits. And I'm using the blocks to achieve this. I'm staying nice and high, but I'm really getting an incredible hamstring, calf, and hip flexor stretch between both legs. Holding and breathing, inhaling and exhaling. None of you thought you'd be doing the splits today, did you? Well, surprise, surprise. All right, and release. Child's pose or downward facing dog. Exhale. Pedaling through the heels then. And just holding it down dog. Now child's pose is your option. I've got just a few more stretches here for you today. And then come down to all fours for cat-cow. From here, we'll tuck the tailbone under, exhale. And then inhale, release into cow pose. Tailbone lifts up, and we stretch out the chest, strengthening through the upper back. Exhale, tucking under, really focusing on the posterior pelvic tilt. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tucking under. And inhaling, lengthen. Now we'll do a little thread the needle. So we're going to take the left hand, and if you haven't done this before, stop and watch, okay? You're going to take the left arm, you're going to reach it up a little bit, and then you're going to tuck it under, reach it through, drop the elbow down, and then gently set the side of the head down on the ground. Hips are still popped, but you could start to sink them back a little bit if it feels okay. So that's thread the needle. All right, let's do it together. Left arm up, reaching under and through, sinking down into the hips for our stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. So this is a great stretch to, again, we're getting into lats, rear deltoid, some muscles we didn't even know existed tucked in there. This is a yoga stretch. And we'll start to release. Lift the arm up, reach it overhead, and then release it down. Okay, other side. We're just gonna go for it this time. Reach the right arm up. Now thread it through behind the other arm. Reach under there a little ways and then drop the elbow to the ground. Then gently set the side of the head down. And we'll breathe here and feel the stretch sort of melt into the shoulder and into the body. The hips can sink back just a little bit. Your head might kind of slide along the ground a little bit. That's okay. Hang out here. And just breathe and pay attention to what you're feeling. A couple more breaths. And good, okay. Let's release that up, reach the arm back up to the sky. And good, bring it down. Now, we're gonna lie face down on the mat for a quad stretch. Winding down our stretching today. Right arm in front to balance you. Reach back, grab hold of the left foot. Squeeze the glutes. Now this is where holding onto the strap would be helpful. Or you could always roll onto the side of the body and grab hold of the foot and then roll into your quad stretch. Okay, so holding for a few more breaths. Thinking about pressing the crease of the hip down into the mat. Deep breaths. And good, release. Switch, grab hold of the other foot. Again, you can roll to the side to get it, or you can take the strap and sort of lasso your foot. I'm not a very good cowboy here. No, it's not working. Anyway, grab hold of your foot, draw the leg in. It's raining out. It's having a day, you know? It's all good. All right, in child's pose. Sit back into a little child's pose. The last couple stretches we have, just a couple hamstring stretches, and we will be done for the day. So I just need you for about 3 more minutes, all right? Okay, flip around onto your back. Now, if you have a strap, grab it. If you don't, that is okay. It is optional. Reach back. Use the strap to wrap around the right foot, or just grab hold of the right foot without the strap. The other hand can be on the ground to the side of the body. We'll start to open the leg out to the right. Hold and breathe. Inhale and exhale. It's kind of relaxing. We can hear the rain falling right outside the windows here, mixed with a gentle stream of traffic from 494. A calm day. Bring the leg back to the center, switch grip, holding on with the left hand, and bring the leg over and across the body. You can see Renee is using a strap, and I'm just holding on to my foot, or you can just grab hold of your shin as well and bring the leg across. All right, let's return to center. Figure 4, left ankle over the right ankle over the left knee. Thanks, Renee. And draw the legs into the chest. And then let's try a little bit of a rotation. So let's let these legs roll over to the sides, put the hands down for balance. Let the legs roll over to the left. And then we might get a nice hip stretch in a unique place. And roll back to center and release. Left leg, use the strap or just grab hold of the shin or foot and draw the leg in towards the chest. The other leg can be flattened out on the ground, or if it feels better, you can bend the knee and put the foot on the ground. All right, start to open the leg to the side. More of an adductor stretch, just changing the angle of the stretch on the muscle. And return the leg back to center. Switching your grip and moving the leg over and across the body a little bit. Getting more of a outside leg, outer thigh and hip stretch. And return back to center. Figure 4, cross that ankle over the right knee, draw both legs into the chest. These are the final 2 stretches of the day. And then we'll bring the arms to the sides and let the legs fall over to the right to change the angle of the stretch on the hip. Breath in and breath out. Return back to center, knees to chest, and massage the low back. Rock a little left to right. Come on up to a seated position. Rock and roll up, and we'll take a few deep breaths here together. Inhale, stretching up. Exhale down. Thanks for joining us today for Strictly Stretching with Renee and I. We're Fairview Ways to Wellness, and we look forward to seeing you again for more classes. Final breath, breathe in, exhale, hands to heart center. And we want to thank the Fairview Foundation for making these classes possible. We look forward to seeing you for more. Make sure to share them with friends and family and sign up for as many as you think you're able to join us for. We always send links out about an hour before class, so please plan ahead and sign up in advance so that you can get in for class. All right? All right, so class is officially over, but I'll take some chat questions.